Welcome to Main Street Minds with your host, Amish Munshi. This is where industry leaders and seasoned pros share their secrets to success beyond limits. Let's dive in.
Hello and welcome to Main Street Minds. Today we have a very special guest, Sunny, over here, all the way from Dallas, Texas. I love this episode because it's taking me back in time on exactly what I used to work on. So without any further delay, let me open up the floor and let Sunny introduce himself and share all his secrets. So Sunny, tell us more about you.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you so much for inviting me here. So really glad and happy to provide more details and happy to share my experience as well. So I completed my master's in the software engineering from California Baptist University around 2018. And since then, I've been working into the cybersecurity field working with the different financials and other enterprise domain clients.
Mm-hmm.
So where I got hands-on experience on how do we implement the secured layer on the applications by working with the different application stakeholders, and how do we implement the framework into the large enterprise by handling the role-based access control model, segregations of duties, and those kind of framework, and how this improve the user experience. So we onboard around 5,000 to 6,000 of applications throughout the time frame, and the user experience was so great. And also we implemented external applications, which are the web services based, and provide the secure layer on top of it. So it was quite a learning experience for me as well. And apart from my professional experiences, I've been also involved in other activities, like I was served as a keynote speaker into the international cybersecurity conferences, and also contributing in the mentorship events, which NASA is organized and Ohio State University is organized in various hackathons and all. So that is all pretty much about me and my background. Yeah.
Yeah, that is extremely rich and nice background. So tell us more about how did you get your first role? Like, did you start off with insecurity? Like, were you interested in it? Like, how did that happen?
So after the graduation, right? So it was kind of, I was struggling a bit to get into the fast-paced market, because we know, right, how the job market are. Like they need like a lot of all the activities, or maybe like all the responsibilities in one role. It was quite a challenging for a fresh graduates, kind of a students when they roll out from the university. So it was quite challenging. So what I did was I learned and tried to build my profile. So I gained some knowledge, and I work on my enhancing my skills on the cybersecurity space. And then by slowly, I was talking to a lot of other recruiters and gain more experience. How do we, deal with the recruiters? How do we improve our communication skills? And how do we show the value to the company if they hire us? So based on improving the skills, improving the communication skills, analytics skills, and all, it helped me to give me the first project.
Yeah, that is amazing. So, first job is always the most important, right? Like, that ends up pretty much defining the career for close to 20 years for most people. Somewhere between 5 to 20 years. If you just totally dislike it, you might still be in that phase for at least 5 years. So, what was it like? Did you what got you interested in insecurity and making it a longer term successful career?
So in terms of an insecurity, what I feel about, by working into the security field. So basically there are a lot of other fields in the market right now, right? So let's say the back-end coding, full stack developers and all. So those are very common kind of when I roll out. Everybody is if there is any single positions for the full stack, we are able to see hundreds of applications are going and submitting it. So that way we can see a lot of people are going back to that same kind of common positions. So rather than focusing on that where everybody is going, we can start shifting towards where the niche profile only that selected. So that's where the cybersecurity came into play. And it was kind of a little bit more secure than other field, I would say, because other enterprises, if you see, right, we are in the constant threat of the cyber. If you see a lot of phishing emails, our identity is getting exposed. and other companies are more focusing on securing the network and providing more secure layer. So that way I feel about going into this field, it will help me to enhance my the skills as well as the security side as well.
Yeah, makes sense. So, one thing is like getting started in a specific industry vertical, right? But then staying focused and being able to achieve the level of success you've done with all the networking that you do and the awards and recognitions you have, was it like planned? Like, were you like targeting this? Did you make any goals to achieve some of these, or like how did that happen?
So basically, it's haven't planned actually. So it was started but basically my focus was to enhance my skills day by day.
Hmm.
Meaning I'm a good learner. I used to learn every time. So even then, even in today, I used to learn a lot of other technologies, not
Hmm.
just about my specific field. I learn about platforms. I learn about the backend,
Hmm.
which I'm not able to do it in earlier days.
Yeah.
So learning the other things help me to boost my career.
Hmm.
So that's where it motivates me to go and push myself beyond my comfort zone and all, and just
Yeah.
not securing on just one technology and
Yeah.
exploring other technologies as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, and like overall, like how, like what does it feel like to be able to like be successful in the industry and be like at the top on on a career path, right? Like I would still say there is plenty of the world is too big. Like there is still plenty to
Yeah.
do, but I would say like being having the achievements that you have, like what does it feel like in terms of reaching the level of success?
Yeah, definitely. It really feels good and keeps motivate me to push towards to achieve more and also contribute more to the society as well. So I feel about sharing the knowledge is the most key things here. So that's why I look forward to mentorships as well. Like if we share more knowledge, we gain more knowledge as well, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's the key thing here. So I feel um, if we do like this, let's say some other companies, there are a lot of other people working, if they start sharing their knowledge, it's
Mm-hmm.
better for all the community and all, right? So to build that group entire
Yeah.
and work forward the more securing layers.
Yeah, makes sense. So, yeah, so once you reach this level of success, what are some of your goals for next five, let's say 5 years, right? Like, where do you see yourself?
Yeah, definitely. So my goal is currently to enhance more my skills, because we see a lot of technologies are moving towards the cloud and they are putting the more secure
Mm-hmm.
layer on top of the cloud. So I would like to learn a little bit more on that side. So currently my goal is to learn on majorly on the cloud security area. And
Mm-hmm.
then my major focus would be on enhancing my technical skills on that specific cloud security
Mm-hmm.
part, like how do we implement it and how do we improve it and
Mm-hmm.
all those things.
Yeah, and is it still like FIDO and other protocols being used across like for the single sign-on across organizations?
Yeah, definitely. So in terms of a single sign-on, right? So I specifically implemented the SAML
Mm-hmm.
integrations, so which help the business to do single sign-on with more secure layer, right? So that
Mm-hmm.
SAML integrations by implementing IDP and the service provider.
Mm-hmm.
So it helps the organizations more authentications and authorizations automatically. So
Yeah.
that,
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, so going forward, I think you are seeing more of people going more on clouds, using more ready to turnkey solutions, and obviously that there has to be everything has to be secured, and
yeah,
it does prove some very amazing challenges, right? Well, everyone is taking things from the organization, putting it everywhere in the whole world,
yeah,
and they still want complete control over everything.
yeah.
So, like how do you think the architect is like the security architect is unfolding? Do you think things are getting more secured or less secured, or how like what's your opinion?
Yeah, definitely. So if I want to give you one example, right? So when an enterprise is moved from the on-prem servers to cloud, right? So
Hmm.
basically we need to configure a lot of things in the cloud if you are moving from on-prem to cloud. So
Hmm.
main part was the configurations. So how do
Hmm.
we configure the system, our network to the cloud? So if
Hmm.
any misconfigurations happens, it will create a loophole for the attackers.
Yeah.
Basically the attackers are constantly monitors the network whenever they find the loophole, they can immediately go and hack the system.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the example, and it's all over in the news as well, in the past times around 2019 or something. So Capital One was the financial sector industry, right? So they migrated from on-prem to cloud, and probably because of some misconfiguration, so breach happened, and a lot of customer data was been jeopardized, and they got like the penalties and all. So it was pretty much like we need to make sure, like kind of say the challenging thing. If we migrate towards some big or to the cloud, we need to make sure about the configurations, and there are a few of the checklists we need to make sure about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it could be as simple as like hosting a file server in our house, and that might be like security is only as strong as its weakest link, right? So the weakest possible link exposes everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's totally true. Yep.
Yeah. So tell us more about like what, in addition to security, and you did mention a little bit about backend as well. Like what are some of the other things that you're looking forward to doing?
Yeah, definitely. So the backend things, apart from the developing or the technical frameworks, so I would like to do it enhance more on the AI side. So how AI will play the role into cybersecurity, and what are the manual things which we can avoid by utilizing the AI model, right?
Yeah.
So with the AI model, like we can customize the algorithm, and we can do it like most probably like if we know about the cybersecurity team and all, they used to get like a lot of tickets on password reset on the specific account, and also creating the test accounts. Those creates like a lot of days, and it creates manual activities to perform for any specific team. So we can customize the AI algorithm to do that work, and it will be a great user experience as well. So leveraging the AI tool into a cybersecurity, that is where like it feels like it is most kind of a future. I would say all of the people or most of the enterprise have started implementing it, but shifting towards the AI, that is the great, I would say, in terms of that.
Yeah, that makes sense. And a lot of times, like people get confused between security and privacy, right? Like it's just a common thing that most people ask. I think security will be required within like with everything AI and like people saying, hey, we are going to integrate this solution and that solution. I think the security portion might still be good, but once somebody gets access and then the granular RBAC and then other things that you implement, I think with that and the privacy that has to be taken care of, like who should the manager have access to your voice recordings?
Yeah.
Like what is the problem with that, right? On one side and on the other side, it's like, yeah, is that okay? So the whole privacy aspect, I think, is also going to unfold in a big way going forward.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, that's totally makes sense. Yep.
Yeah, and I think indirectly it's related, right? Like the solutions for privacy might come from security.
Yep, sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all even about.
Yeah, so cool. So in addition to all the work and like everything that you have achieved, like what are some of your hobbies and passions?
So basically, in terms of a passion, right? So I really like to read about the articles. Like, I need to keep on top of the skills. Like, I need to learn about more what are the future technologies are going to come. So that's where like I always spend some time on reading the articles and all. So that's what about like my one of the hobby and passion as well, if you say like that.
Yeah, cool. And that might be keeping you like really busy with
Yeah. Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and overall, like, do you have to like work weekends or like work very long hours? Like, what does work like? A lot of people think people in security are just like resetting passwords or doing something. I
No,
know,
it's not like,
like
yeah.
barely scratching the surface.
So definitely. So in the cybersecurity field, like it's always kind of layers. Like if you work on top of the layer, like password reset will be like some kind of a help desk kind of a thing. But again, it comes under the same umbrella. But again, so where we used to work is with kind of an architecture or kind of a developer role. So we got a lot of functionalities to inbuild. We got like a lot of things to improve in our own system. Let's say some bug happened, we need to identify that, need to solve it. And if let's say if we encounter any production issue, we need to resolve in the specific time. So it keeps us more busier and then other people think about it, because every day like something will happen, right? Because we are dealing with millions of data into our enterprise. So something or somewhere around, like we need to be like, troubleshooting those issues, providing more secure on top of it, identify and refactor our own process, and also that's what like it's all about, like in the work of the cybersecurity.
Yeah, makes sense. So as we come to the end of this episode, I always like to ask, like, any other pieces of advice you would like to give to somebody that's entering technology as a career? What are some of the things that you would recommend? It's very, very difficult to get the first job, right?
Yeah.
People just stumble and they pick up something, and sometimes they love it, sometimes they hate it, sometimes they just survive through it. But how can somebody like who's getting started in tech decide on what's a good career path? Should it just be focused on what opportunities are there in the future? Should they focus on what they like to do? Like, how should somebody approach a tech career?
Yeah, definitely. So let's say if somebody is rolling out and searching for a job market, right? So first of all, they need to know what they are good at. Meaning, like I was good at the backend skill, like it's somewhere Javas and SQLs and all. So we need to try to find to the technology, it's at least utilizing that backend level, right? Because if some technologies, let's say if I'm not even aware about it, and if I start applying for, since there are a lot of opportunities that not going to help me out, because I'm not going to survive that technology. Because if I'm not able to deliver to a company, then it's not a big thing, like, to go into that and work from them. So something like the skills which you are good at, try to focus and enhance on top of it, right? Elaborate those things in nearby area. Like if you know the Java, try to go for Python, or the MySQL, or get those details and the skills, and start searching on those duration.
Yeah, makes sense. Sweet. So as we come to the end of this episode, I would wanted to like again thank you for coming on the podcast, helping us learn more about what's happening in the world of security right now, and how somebody can make a good successful career in the long run within the industry and sub industry that they select, right? So wanted to thank you for everything.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time as well. Yeah, really appreciate it. Yeah.
That's a wrap on today's episode of Main Street Minds. Want to share your journey with our audience? Head over to mainstreetmindspodcast.com/guest to apply.